POV view. You lean back, see how the board's in front of me. Lean back. All of your weight is on your back foot. All right, so it hasn't snowed in almost like a month here at Timberline. In January, which is the snowiest season, usually we get like 100 to 200 inches of snow in January, but we got nothing now. So today's trick tip is gonna be pretty short. It's kind of icy and slushy, but this is one of those trick tips where I can give you advice, but it's one of those things where you really got to try to go practice on your own and get the feel for it. So we're going to be learning tail presses, which is the most basic, easiest butter that you can do. It's one of my favorite, and when you do it right, it actually feels really good. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. But first thing that you need to do is you need to learn how to ride on flat base. Sure, you can link your turns, you can side scrape, you can carve, but you need to be able to learn to ride flat. I mean, not the whole resort, which, you know, that is something eventually you'll get to, but you can just ride flat base. If you can hold a flat base for at least more than 5 seconds or so, then you should be able to do this trick. Here's how you do a tail press butter thingy on a snowboard. The first thing you want to do is find a flat cat track. It makes it so much easier. Get a comfortable amount of speed. Go too fast your first time, and then you're gonna flat base and lean back. All of your weight is on your back foot, and you're gonna want to bend your back leg. So bend this knee, and then it's not just about bending that knee, you gotta pull up your front foot. So you're actually using both legs at the same time. It's not like a wheelie or a manual on a skateboard where you're just kind of leaning back and then it goes up. You actually have to pull up your front foot. So you're kind of doing a lot of torsion and pulling with your back and front foot. That's how you get into the butter. Important thing to learn are the flex and pressure points of your snowboard. Typically that's right where it starts to curve. That's where you want to put your hips and your whole center of gravity, and it makes this trick so much easier. So that's maybe about half a foot behind my back binding. And check, lean back, and then pull. If you're not over that pressure point, it's going to look like this. You're not going to be able to hold it. You'll lift it up, but you won't hold it. So it's just a combination of leaning back, getting your weight over that flex point, and then pulling both legs up. Now, if you can get on a slope, it does make it a little easier. Because when you're on the slope, you're essentially just standing up and then keeping your body level, and then your legs are going down the hill. And that automatically puts you in the butter. So learn on the cat track and then a slight grade. Now it is easier on softer but slick snow, so keep that in mind. And doing it in powder is actually really fun. And that means, like, when you do it in powder, your board will really start to flex. So it's actually super fun in powder because the more and more you lean back, your board will start to spring, and essentially you're almost on the very tip of the tail just gliding through the powder. It's also fun to balance it and then do an ollie out. That's one of the best feelings. All right, so here's a POV view. You lean back, see how the board's in front of me. So you really want to get all your weight on the tail. And then once you learn the ollie out, you can do little variations. All right, so that's how you do a tail press butter on your snowboard. I can only give you the tips of pretty much learn to flat base, lean back and get your hips and belly over that flex point behind your back binding, and then bend and dip your back knee and lift up your front leg. and then just try to keep your shoulders square, because if you lean forward, sometimes you'll skid out or you'll turn front side and then it gets really messy. I've had a bad few falls doing that at really high speeds, but you really just got to go out into the park and learn it yourself, because I can only give all those details and tricks, but you just got to get the feel of it. It's not like the other trick tips like a jump or a box where, you know, it's just like hit it, this is how you do it. This one you really do have to actually feel, and everybody's snowboard is different. Every board is different in stiffness, flexibility, all of that. So it really just depends. Even your weight has a factor into this trick, so it's not a one-size-fit-all kind of thing. But once you learn it on the snow, you can take it to boxes, which is pretty hard. I've only done a few of those. And you can take it to rails, which those people are insane. I don't think I will ever try it on a rail, but it does look pretty cool, and it's a fun party trick to kind of show off. Or if you even find little snow manual pads, you know, you can tail press it and then ollie off. It's a fun trick. It feels really good when you do it right. So I would suggest going out and learning it. It's more fun than even doing box grinds, I think. But if you enjoyed this trick tip, go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment about any trick tip ideas that you have. I'm only an intermediate, so don't expect pro level riding trick tips. There's no tame dogs with me. There's none of that, you know. I'm kind of on your level, guys, but I'm able to kind of give you more details on how I'm progressing and learning tricks. So, you know, just stay tuned, subscribe, and I will be doing a super mega road trip in about a week where I'm hitting 15 resorts in Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, Montana, Arizona, maybe New Mexico, and California. So, whoo, that's gonna be crazy. So if you haven't subscribed, check that out, because that will be an insane road trip, hitting 15 resorts in about 2 to 3 weeks. Whew, I'm gonna be so sore after that. But that was your trick tip for tail press butter.